It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of June 5th, 1998. We only got 4 movies to look at today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and jump on into them. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend, and there's no doubt about it with this film. Jim Carrey starring in The Truman Show. I mean, we could really be quick on this one, because honestly, what else is there to say about this movie that hasn't already been said already? It's a film that predates the reality TV world that we live in right now. I mean, this is a film that basically showed everybody that, hey, Jim Carrey isn't just this funny comedian. He can be a really damn good actor, and this is easily one of his strongest performances, and shows his range as an actor, and he nails the role so well here. And I mean, I don't think anybody else could really play this role. I mean, they looked at some guys like I think Robin Williams was one of the early people they wanted to be in this. I think they were going to give him, I think they were going to cast him, but then Peter Weir, the director of this, cast Carrey after seeing him in Ace Ventura, seeing that his performance in that film reminded him of Charlie Chaplin. And like I said, it was the film that was used to show everybody that, hey, this guy is not just is not only a really funny comedian, but he can be a really damn good actor too. And this was probably the best film he ever made, and it's a shame that he never got the proper respect he deserved for it. Like, he didn't get an Academy Award nomination for this, but Ed Harris did. The film got nominated for Best Director and also for Best Picture. But how can you not look at this performance that Jim Carrey gives in this movie and not think about giving him an Academy Award nomination for this? And it just goes to show you that the Academy Awards, like, they don't want to give great performances like this one the proper respect they deserve. Like, they'd be more than happy to nominate Jim Carrey for a film that's a typical Oscar bait type film, but in here, where he's actually trying his best here and actually proving he can be very successful here, like you would think that he would have had a better chance of getting an Oscar nomination here, but nope, didn't do it. So, but regardless of that, he is very good in the film. Everybody else in the film is really good as well. You have Laura Linney playing a very good role here as his wife. His his TV wife, I should say. Ed Harris playing the creator, Christoph, which is interesting because Dennis Hopper was originally cast in the role, but he actually left filming while they were doing it over creative differences, and he was actually a last-minute replacement. So it would have been very interesting to see if Dennis Hopper would have given a really great performance that would have given him an Oscar nomination as well, but it's tough to say about in that front. But Noah Emmerich is very good here, and Natasha McElhenney playing a role in here is very good. You have Holland Taylor playing Truman's mother. Peter Krause is in here from 6 Feet Under. Philip Baker Hall. Harry Shearer is the newscaster. Paul Giamatti is one of the control room directors. I mean, there's a strong cast in this movie, and it's very interesting what they could have done with this film. The whole idea of having cameras everywhere, like everywhere in this world, and they were actually going to go one step further. I actually heard a story that they were actually going to put cameras inside the theater while people were watching the movie to create like this ultimate effect of basically that we're all being watched, but the technology just wasn't there at the time. And even then, I don't know if it really would have worked if they had the technology to do it now. It's tough to say what really would have been the overall impact if they had actually gone through with that plan. But it would have been something very interesting to see, even if it didn't work out in the end. And the movie just overall is visually gorgeous to look at. The last scenes of the movie where Truman finally realizes what he's basically come to the realization of, that this whole world around him is fake, and he comes to the wall where it's supposed to be where the sky is, and you see the steps there. Just some great visuals that still holds up after all these years, and the performance that Carrey gives once he has that sudden realization that everything that he's ever known has been completely fake. Like, it's a great performance. It's greatly shot. It's a wonderful movie. Really, I don't know if I could say anything more about this film that hasn't already been said already. The Truman Show is just a fantastic film. If you have not seen it, please go check it out. They just re-released it on 4K in time for the 25th anniversary, I should say. I'm still trying to look for it because I want to see this. I want to get a Blu-ray version of this film. But if you haven't seen this movie, definitely go check it out. It's worth it. I don't think I need to tell you to see it already, because you the people who have seen this movie will probably tell you the exact same thing. Go check this movie out. You will not be disappointed by it. So, with that said, on to the next movie, and that is Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow in A Perfect Murder.
A perfect murder.
It may have been a perfect murder, but it was a movie that we've seen done to death so many times. This is basically just a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's film Dial M for Murder. Although the characters' names have been changed around, much of the plot has been rewritten and altered in some form, mostly trying to make you think it's an original idea when it really is not. It's also loosely based on the Dial M for Murder play by Frederick Knott. And the story basically goes, Michael Douglas as this millionaire industrialist who's a man who has everything, but what he craves most, the love and fidelity of his wife, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. And he's a hugely successful player in the New York financial world. He considers her to be his most treasured acquisition, but she needs more than simply the role of dazzling accessory. Brilliant in her own right, she works at the UN and is involved with a struggling artist played by Viggo Mortensen who fulfills her emotional needs, and when her husband discovers her indiscretion, he sets out to commit the perfect murder and inherit her considerable trust fund in the bargain, which, again, this is a story that's been done to death so many times. It's like you're watching a Lifetime movie, except it's on the big screen because you've got names like Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow and Viggo Mortensen. I mean, if you had taken those names out of there, this movie wouldn't be in theaters. This would be the Lifetime movie of the week or something on NBC or ABC. And I mean, like, I know the age difference here really plays into effect here, because when this movie came out, Michael Douglas was like 50, I think it was 53 years old when this came out, and then Gwyneth Paltrow was like in her 20s, so, like, it just doesn't, it's like, I don't know, like, that's a connection that doesn't really work that well. Like, if they had good chemistry, maybe I could buy into it. Maybe I could buy the whole May-December romance type of thing here, but it just doesn't work here. Like, it doesn't really... You never really believe that Michael Douglas really cared about this person, which I don't think that was the intention to begin with. I think, like I said, she was just there to be an object, a toy, as an accessory to him, to tell people that, hey, check out my hot wife here. And it's just like... There's no redeemable quality about this film whatsoever. And this is directed by the guy who did The Fugitive, which is a fantastic film. And to come off of this, come off and do this, it just doesn't work. It's not enjoyable. You could pretty much tell what the twist is going to be going towards the end of the movie. There's no real cleverness to it. There's nothing intriguing about it. The acting is not that great. It's a film that just really does not work. It's a movie that this would have easily been a TV movie had it not gotten names like Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow attached to it. Just a completely forgettable movie. Just a misfire of a movie. A misfire of a movie big time. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next film, and that is Noah Baumbach's Mr. Jealousy. So you have Eric Stoltz playing this guy named Lester, who's an occasional substitute teacher, and he's very jealous. He's jealous about the last boyfriend of her slightly wacky current partner, Ramona. Ramona in this film being played by, I want to say Parker Posey? No, Annabelle Sciorra. Annabelle Sciorra is the person that she is Ramona in this. She's an arrogant best-selling author named Dashiell. Dashiell is played by Chris Eidman. And Lester joins Dashiell's therapy group under an alias to find out if Dashiell still has any feelings for her. And I saw Noah Baumbach's other movie, Kicking and Screaming, which I thought was pretty good. This one I have not seen. It's one of those ones that I haven't seen from this director. I've seen a lot of his movies, like Squid and the Whale, and Margot the Wedding, and also Marriage Story, and even the ones he's written. I mean, he just wrote Barbie, which just came out recently. Most of his movies are pretty good. This one, I haven't heard too many people say if it's any good or not, so it could definitely go either way. It could be a movie like it could be a lesser film, or it could be one of his more underrated gems. I really don't know for certain because I haven't seen the film. I can't really delve more into too much. What the hell am I even saying there? I can't delve into it too much more because I haven't seen it, but, I mean, it does have potential to be good. I mean, the last movie this guy did was pretty good, so I think it could be pretty good. Maybe one day I'll definitely check it out. But let's go ahead and move on to the last movie we have here, and that is Beyond Silence. So in this movie, you have this woman named Laura, who, since the earliest days of her childhood, she's had a difficult but important task. Both her parents are deaf-mute, and Laura has to translate from sign language to the spoken word and vice versa when her parents want to communicate with other people. Getting older and more mature, she becomes more interested in music and wants to play the clarinet successfully. However, her parents are deaf, and they can't share Laura's musical career. And the day comes when Laura has to decide between her parents and her own ambitions. That's really all I know about this film, except for the fact that it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film in '98. But that's pretty much all I know about it. I've never seen this movie. I've never really had an interest to go check it out for myself. But it probably is pretty good. But again, I don't really know too much more about it, so I can't really say if it's any good. So quick one on that one. So that is Beyond Silence. And so with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. Next time, we'll take a look at the Ivan Reitman film 6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford and Anne Hesh. We also have the teen comedy Can't Hardly Wait. Norm Macdonald in his first major feature film role after leaving SNL. Dirty Work, Cousin Bet, High Art, The Land Girls, and The Beyond. So 7 movies to look at next time around. We'll delve into those on the next episode. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So, with that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, as always, take care.